Okay. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Imran, please turn your device. It's not properly turned. Imran, sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't come back today. Today, we can deal with the issue of why we country stagnate. And we talk about the relevant issue where we believe say now the reason for the stagnation. Imran, you need to turn your device properly, sir. It can be annoying at times. Today, we are going to discuss about the need for a national roadmap, youth, and stability. And what we talk today not only apply to Sierra Leone, it applies to every country. There is no development where there is no roadmap for a country. We always talk, we get national plan. Yes, we have a national plan. But is that a roadmap for a country? It's a national plan outlining building roads, electrifying a country, maybe providing water supply. Is it enough? I want to ask people then, from where we the see and the measure development. We ever see the measure almost go the country get almost building it get. Then they talk about human development index. Then they talk about good governance. And they talk about all the things that were connected with the human being. But I've never seen an econometric measure where they show we almost roads, almost this as a measure of development. And they tell you, okay, they don't go this far with infrastructural development. They don't go this far with electrification. But the bottom line is, how does that impact the human beings? What are the level of development of the human beings? And if we have to have a roadmap, that roadmap should be measured on the human capacity. And that's what they can discuss today. And I day back with my brother, we go see what you go able to do. And today, of course, we go give some time to people them, let them call in and ask them, make them comments or ask them questions. So before we go before allow me brother, let's say good evening to una, or good morning or good afternoon. Yes, Mr. Ture, over to you, sir.
Pambulem in a cabo and plenty kushetona. We welcome una again na this platform. Una note this platform, we are not here to take shots at any individual. We just get interest in the growth of the country. And that's with the Dunaya. And we know say for make we go able achieve, we go able achieve through knowledge. And we realize for say quite a lot of Union as Unions by name, not with any intention for insult anybody, but we get very small knowledge about we country. And if we able to understand which we country, it will put you in a better position for make people able to correct the wrongs them we don't need. Pambulem on a cabo and plenty.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that, people. I did multitask. Going forward, our topic today is a national roadmap, the youth and stability in Sierra Leone. Of course, normally you are the questionnaire, I answer the questions. But I may want to ask you today, sir, what's in your own view about that? Then from there you take over and begin ask the questions.
Well, my own view of this thing here, as usual, we question them, not to question them, we now want them for do within we want or how we see things. We they take with time in reflection for look at areas them where the country vulnerable, where we see some weaknesses. And one of the weaknesses, this area, youths. Waiting it mean? Waiting now the significance of this particular group of people. Because now the third world country, them that area they grow, and that area they every country for invest for me they go able to get the best out of them people. Because now they get the energy, now they brain them fresh, now they get the power that is in manpower and all. But you go ask yourself, waiting are the youth? The youth now between 15 to 24 years of age. That is the definition. That means to say now the transition to adulthood. That is simply it means to say adolescence to adulthood. So if we don't give that definition, you go clearly see say now the age that when normally we people implement is say then get that youthful exuberance, then get how you call them adventure, then they take risks. So you need forget them people there, forget a focused mind through education, through influencing them positively for make them able produce. Because these are the ages where very much they progress production in any society. So my brother and so me see a very important group this. We get a lot for offer community. And for exploit time, we got for educate them and expose them to serious education. We got for make them get an appetite for education. Where they go to sponge. What in a sponge the salt water. When they use sponge energy, sponge with knowledge. So now so me see him, dear brother.
Well, today far from my own position, actually. But now while we concern ourselves more about the material side of the youth. Because one of the reasons we stagnate, we get a unilateral view about development. It's all about put them in school, give them work. Yeah, you can put somebody in school, you give them work. But if the person not they think properly, that work way they give them, they do well. Rather than it become a factor of change, it will become a factor of destruction. And that's it. We get that boku, not only in Sierra Leone, but in Africa. So I want we tailor this discussion around the values them, the standards, the norms, where they bring people then together. Let them say, this is for us, let us do it for all of us. Because if we look so, we get for develop schools them for make the pikin and go school. Yes, we have schools, but are they learning in schools? We have schools all over Sierra Leone. But is that the schools helping Sierra Leone? Is learning taking place? If learning is taking place, is that learning geared towards developing Sierra Leone? Or is it geared towards giving a few people certain advantage over the others? We they talk about work, yes. All man they all are working all day. But honestly, do we have the correct mentality to do jobs? Do we have to wait to be employed all the time? So if we look at this issue, let us not look at in that already existing framework, because the framework we have is the framework that has failed. Let we think out of the box. Let we look out of the box. Let we see roadmap, youth, stability, how then tier they intertwine, and how the way we think, with beliefs and with perception, they determine that. So I want to go give you the opportunity. Let you ask the questions. Let me come with a view. And this view, I believe, is tested. It is tested because I worked in Sierra Leone and know the framework we get, especially the intellectual intelligence, the, the cultural intelligence, the emotional intelligence as it is in Sierra Leone. And where I live now, I think I understand this society, the same things them about with society where they compare. So the cultural intelligence, the intellectual intelligence, the emotional intelligence, and how that's the impact development. Because one thing we're faulty about we perception of development in Sierra Leone is that development is government for do this, then give work, then create this, then make roads, then control price, then provide water supply, then provide electricity. We are not looking at what do we do as a people to contribute towards this. This is
So,
where I want us to look at. Let's leave the government out of it today. Whether we have government or a gang of thieves, it no matter today. Let's look at us as a people and see where we are not getting it right. So over to you, sir.
hear you talk, and which I understand from what you say. I can see now you dey talk about innovation, thinking independently.
It's not innovation. It's not innovation. It's not innovation. Innovation that when you put your ability for create goods and services, I'm talking about the spiritual
Mhm.
or the intellectual well-being of a country. We not ever look that. And when I say spiritual, it's not connected with religion.
Mhm.
It's connected with how we understand us. Me, Boy Jalo, understanding myself as a living being. Imran
Yeah.
Toure, understanding himself as a living being. Individually, how we understand we self. What you would think, say, we can develop and capable for do, and how we can able to relate for say, okay, let us talk together, let us live together. Because when you look at Sierra Leoneans in the social media, what do you see? You see a dysfunctional set of people, all ten and if
Anarchy.
then they argue,
Anarchy.
they know they ever meet at any point.
Mhm.
That's what I want us to discuss today. Not the obvious, but the intangible side of we. What you will not see when I make we this so. Now that's our law discuss today. Because if we get bad government, now because of this, we will not see, and we will not talk about, or not take care of. So over to you, sir.
Okay. Well, in this situation, as you clearly waiting na then tin den ya. Na thinking and how you see it. We make the people there the youth they get for do the things that we they need for do for let we get the country working.
If I can get you right, sorry, I don't know what is wrong with this device. I believe say we get a lot for look at. We perceptions, we beliefs, and we attitudes. If we want for do things, we make progress. We get for look and say, we are in this world not as individuals, but as part of a collective. Just take the example of this man will be drowned, will be wrecked by a ship, I mean. Then he found himself on an island in one day. If even that man has the best car with him on the island, he has the best clothes, he has the best food, him alone cannot properly exist. And as a matter of fact, because he's alone, he's not able to get all them things then they talk about, so the material things. A need for get other people then for work with, for make you get them material things there. That collective mentality, say, we all get a place now, and we all for able to live together, irrespective of the differences between we. And we all forget a vision that we are in this point now, or at this point now, we want to move from this point to that point. That is what we lack. This is where the intellectuals have failed. Because I always emphasize this point about the role of the intellectuals. The intellectuals, now the enlightened class of any society, they know what needs to be known. They have to be the guides of the society. They have to be the people who will say, okay, let us stand together for the sake of all of us. If they cannot, then nothing works in the society. We look at Africa since independence. We see a common pattern we develop in Africa. And that make we politics they the way we do so. And especially in Sierra Leone, that thing they don't deep seated in we society. It's about me and my. It's not about all of us. Now that make we don't polarize ourselves into clubs. We call them political parties. Because honestly, we don't have political parties in Africa. Ask those parties what they stand for. They have nothing to tell you. They have nothing to tell you.
So
in other parts of the world.
So they try for tell we for sale, the function as a community Rather, we get actions where they in the country, but they no connect. So what
We
you go
not a
advise?
function as a community.
So what you go advise for
Sierra
them?
Leone does not function as a community.
Break and down for we, brother.
Maybe we have communities in Sierra Leone that function, but Sierra Leone as a political economy is not functioning as a community. Because when you say
Why?
community, una forget a common vision, una forget a plan of action, una forget a mission we una accomplish.
Mhm.
In Sierra Leone, we have over 1 billion missions and 1 billion visions for a country with 7 million people. So we're not a function as a community. Our political parties are not political parties. They are clubs where people go to relate for the sake of winning elections. After elections, all man there on the own. We they see them every day. These are the realities of for begin face.
You remind me.
They will stand together when they know there is something for them to gain. Immediately that thing comes, it's God for us all, everyone for himself. So we don't have a roadmap. There is no national roadmap. There are no political roadmaps. In every country, political parties have issues that they believe they should be championing.
Very
In
candidly,
Britain,
where I can
you seem for the what you are go advise, let go off, put your device off, put them on, and join me back. You know they do well today on this program. You very slow. Go off, put the device off, put her on back. Maybe it's overloaded. Put her off and on, reboot them. I go continue why she they do that. You go join me, then we go continue the discussion. As I say, we not get political parties in Sierra Leone. The intellectuals have never stood together and say, let us have a national roadmap for this place we call Sierra Leone, and we go abide by them irrespective of who ever day in power. We go continue with this roadmap until we accomplish them. Instead, what we have clubs that people call political parties. They go there to win elections. After elections, all man begin fetting campaign for ministerial post, for office. Then nothing works in the society. These are the hard realities we have to begin to face. It's not about almost bridge, almost road we build. It's about how we think as a people, how we relate as a people, how we they allow projects for continue. If this one been start a project, when it go out, do we continue with it? If we are not going to continue with it, do we have any reason to justify it? We don't see several examples of duplication with a costly country. The last regime before 2018 came with a project for build airport na Mama, where they cost close to 450 million. Now the new one come, then we extend Lungi, then say we don't build new airport. It costs 250 million. This is all indicating, not to laugh business. I'm not laughing to the immigrant. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about what we don't do. And we have to be serious about that. We have to be serious about that. We have to take Sierra Leone serious. Okay? If not, posterity go judge we wrongly. They come, then create this situation. Now look at the rubbish where they happen. The cost so high, people are not they use the airport. And not the first time this happened. Since 1961, this has been going on in Sierra Leone. And always when they say they're not being done do this, yes, there has been a structure, but do we have a mental roadmap? Do we have the mental tenacity to live as a people? We don't. And that's the fault of the intellectuals. They have not come together to say, let us make this place for all of us. They see and say, na farm well man the kai doing a thief and lie, a kongosa, ura the bambot. Then at the end of the day, he go out if you expect say things will work. If we have bad governance in Sierra Leone today, if we have economic hardship in Sierra Leone today, it did not start today. It started since we say we got independence. Laugh at from your head. That's where it has led us today. So when we talk the issue, let not talk with laugh or feel say we they try for demote one side, promote another side. It's not about that. It's about a weakness, which if we don't correct it, our society will never develop.
Having said that, where you did not organize country, I remember where I just come England. Then we get a policy what they call health of the nation. At that time, Britain gets the highest level of coronary heart disease in the world. The government make a program, a 10-year program, how then go reduce THD when a coronary heart disease, not the UK. At that time, then put a plan, just like what you say, a roadmap. Waiting at the team and where they cause them in there, then get them intellectual classes where specialize in that area. Then tell them, say we get for reduce salt consumption. Then get for control hypertension. All them things and what they need for do, then put them and religiously educate the people them now the country. So now that kind of thing that you talk about, do you explain so we let we understand in fullness?
But what they are they talk about is, I put them in simple terms. When we get independence, the one that will be just done university and what in we get job in government, you don't say, this place where they don't give it so, how we go make care for we all? Instead, everybody be they try for protect your interest. Everybody wanted a job to be called a civil servant. You wear necktie, you go work. He buy because then they now Opel VW B2 now them be famous. Buying car, they pass all around, they bluff. Then what happened? The realization begin down on we say the kind education we'll get not go allow everybody forget that kind white collar job. Rather than then sit down and say, how do we make it better so everybody will get a way for get a decent living? We deteriorated into sycophancy, hypocrisy, kongosa, and lie. There have been several talks about trying to improve this, but nobody is doing anything because it's all just talk. And people feel happy and complacent because they feel so. As long as me bread the butter, la no yagba myself too much. Years down the road today, Everybody is feeling it. I will tell you this for free. I don't care which office you hold in Sierra Leone, they feel them right now. Even Madabio, they feel hardship right now. Maybe not go talk because not feel say necessary for talk but they feel them. If you ask me how, I will tell you.
Equino, please.
He has access to the resources of the state. But now, because of the hardship, he is very much emotionally uncomfortable. So they feel it. The emotional discomfort, now I make it, they feel all this insecurity. Now I make all take they around with bodyguards and everything. You see, what you make they use this example, most times when we measure things, we they measure them wrongly. We only look at the material side, get food for it. The man can get food for it, but he they suffer past the hour not get food for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mother Bio hardly sleeps at night. Yes. So they feel the hardship. That's how the hardship affects him. Okay? They feel him because he has insecurity. They feel, sir, yeah, they are so, then go come pull me now. But let we imagine a society where everybody able to afford the basic. Do you think people will ever think about overthrowing the government? I sleep here, and most times I leave my door open. Behind me is a glass. This thing where is this so? Now glass. Glass. And then I get no metal. Because I live in a society where there is a roadmap. And that roadmap assures every citizen the basic. They're not to make you millionaire. Nobody can make anybody a millionaire. But it is incumbent on us to create a society where everybody will have the basic what they need. And at the same time, it is incumbent on us to provide everybody an avenue for development talent. What do we call education? We get wrongly in Sierra Leone. We think education is about reading books, going to university. If that man in talent now for make sukublai, can we develop that talent so that sukublai can become exportable? Ghana has done it with the kente. The kente is an international textile where then they export them. And at the same traditional method of weaving and still they use. Today, I see somebody they write about blacksmithery. When I was a small boy, there were blacksmiths in every village in Sierra
Every
Leone.
village. Yeah.
There were goldsmiths. There were potters. There were masoners, local masoners. There were people who can weave baskets. There were people who can make sculpture from wood and even cement or stone. Where have all these people gone? They have disappeared because we have the wrong perceptions about education, about development, and these things. This is because the intellectuals have not sat down to say, how do we use what we have to improve? Now, everybody they talk about, oh, we not get car factory, we not get toothpaste. You don't need those things. They have been made already. Can we look at how we can use bamboo and raffia to make exportable goods?
So what you would
This
they
is where
talk?
the intellectuals should come in.
What you would they talk about Naya? It sound like we not to an organized society because
We are not. We have to face
because
that. We are not.
if I can expand this discussion, I will take you to a lower set of animals. Now we take our
Don't not
social.
begin talk about animals.
Are they come?
We are animals as we are,
it's very
developed or
important.
underdeveloped.
It's very important that we
Mhm.
pick things them from different areas.
Mhm.
Social insects. Then they're in a community. In that community, they are so organized.
Yeah.
You get the queen, you get the drone, you get the soldiers, then you get the workers. Everybody gets designated role and specialize in that role and work in them positions and they diligently for one reason, for the general good of everybody. So they are organized. That's why they are successful. They are so specialized in making them community one way they produce, not for just the queen, not for just the drone, but now one where everybody relevant, useful, and they produce for everybody for enjoy. So, for instance, the bedway you lead on, for let you lead on it comfortably, somebody get for maker. And are you when they don't make for maker? So if we get to a country, we are not serious in we thinking for be innovative in creating things them when suited to we community, like for instance, so you the talk. We get diamond as Sierra Leone. We not sabi cotton. Pass to can go aside and go cotton for we. We get raffia. First time we export them. What are we doing with it? In those days, what you talking about true? We dey see raffia bags them. People and they use them for go school. So we they use less foreign bags them where they reduce with spending. Now the country where they make we keep more of we.
And not only reduce spending,
Yeah,
they create wealth for the people the way they make them.
exactly.
Where there is a market for a good or service, wealth is created.
Exactly. So we not be they run, they go buy other man bag. We they make we own bag, so they reduce the things that we they import. So that means to say the money we get to the country, we can invest some other things them for make we develop we country. So having said that, as somebody where then a modern society, you don't live in Sierra Leone, you rise up in an areas them where you take very active part. You don't go back in other society where completely different. So you get two system then where they compare. So how you feel to say we go able for change this despicable nonsense whether they take place? Because we seem for them at this bubble, yeah, we know they go before. Anytime we'll take one step go before, we take 20 steps backwards. Just because we not
How we go
organize.
change them?
How we go do them?
Now will they do so? How will they do so? First and foremost, the Sierra Leoneans have never had the tenacity and temerity for sit down and take responsibility. This is a part of we culture. We know they take responsibility, we they shift the blame. This I can tell you because 1978 I did a research for a dissertation for my education degree. I've been to look at the social psychology of certain communities, how they affect decision making and how they affect learning process. Then call them locus of control. If people, things happen, if then they take the responsibility, say, na me cause them, so I find ways for correct them, or if they say na that person do them. I found out in that research that we are a people who don't take responsibility. I make we get this myth about Kirfi, devil, witch, and things like that. We shift the blame. A school going child who does not study and fails an exam will not say, I failed because I did not study. A teacher failed me, not like me. This is what we are. These are the issues that we need to be looking at. These are the issues that we should plan for. Because not only when we overcome the issues, then we come together as a people and build trust. We started this program discussing trust. And I want to show you, say, every program, the issue of trust get for coming. If APC, the FET SLPP, you get Kuruma inside APC, you get Kuruma inside SLPP, you get Mansare inside APC, you get Mansare inside SLPP, you get Sware, you get Fofana, you get Traore, Owena Tarawali, you get all the same surnames in both parties. What does that tell you? It tells you we don't have an intellectual framework to exist as a community. This is the problem of Sierra Leone. Whether we like it or not, it's the problem that we have to address. And I will assure you, say, we can build X number of roads, but if we not get that spirit of collective responsibility, then roads and they deteriorate. Shaka Stephen in term, we see development begin take place. It would have been on the mature. We know the development will be the take place. There were roads, there were days. Sierra Leone had color television before Norway. Do you know that? Sierra Leone had color television in 1980. By then, Norway was using black and white. Norway used black and white up to 1989. This is something I found out. We had all this infrastructure. We had agricultural projects in every district. We had this idea education project where we equip every school, every laboratory. When I go do teaching practice, Nayoni Bana Secondary School, then we get an equipped laboratory like any other school in the country. All that deteriorates. You know why? Because we have been looking at the material side, we don't look at the intellectual or spiritual side of development. And 30 days now they do so.
Well, and still, when they look at the political party, them when they talk, then still they talk about bricks and mortar. Then feel to say development is just about buildings. What about social development and mental development? We get a workforce. I'm glad the way you bring this. We get workforce now, salary, you employ boy. You get for Asker, you don't pay the abbas. You know, able to see for himself, say, you need to peel it. You know, go sit down by himself, he realize for say, I have duty to do. This is my job description. I have to achieve this and this
Do
and this
we
by the
have
end of the
job
day.
descriptions in Sierra Leone?
They don't. But even if they do, everybody where they work, you get for wait you. Like for instance, if you get messenger, you don't empty the bin. No, sir, they wait till you tell me, sir.
So because we not create the platform, we not create the framework. And who is responsible? Us, the intellectuals.
Yep.
We have to accept that responsibility. If
People not
Salon
they
is
think.
good, then are we responsible?
Me brother, it's simple. If you know the reason, you can never be reasonable. So we get a whole society where not the reason. They know they think for themselves. They know they think out of the box. Even if you put them before them, you get cheer. Na domot. He block the domot. Salomon go come. He go slide. He pass. He left the chair there. We ask him, but why you not pull the chair? Not only put on there.
Yes. You know why? You know why? Because we not build a community, we build individuals. You ask me the question, you dey give me the examples and the illustrations.
Mm-hmm.
Why not a community? The only time we Salomon they come as a community, not treat them. One, they get a common purpose for go thief and lie. Then they come together. Two, if they are rebelling, then they come together. You know what you do? For them, it's a psychology of when I die, they will do the same for me.
But when you die, you know, if you know that, can you bury?
I can tell people they say they don't let us no can they not care. If you know answer, they not bury me. When
You
me
know
make
what's in they kill
pickings,
me?
man, when I go bury.
I'm glad the way you bring this point here. You know the politician when they elect in Sierra Leone? Not only how they build hospital for let them not die needless death. Now the one where they go to burying them. Hey, that man, they can't bury them, they go them burying them.
Yes. You
The
damn
man,
right.
one of a role now for create a society where healthy.
Where burying go reduce.
Exactly, for reduce that very thing called burying.
Yes.
Burying not go stop, but if somebody be there, like when they talk about roadmap, say, all right, the mortality rates in this society, people in the die 35, 35. Now, politician a responsibility for talk for say, we go make a program by 2030. Nobody in this society not for die at 30 years of age. Will they
Will say
increase the
they will
life
say,
expectancy?
listen. They will say it and they have said it several times. But I'll tell you that we don't have a roadmap for that. If you ask me why, I will tell you. For say, I want to be a millionaire in the next 5 years, it's very good. For see, don't think, plan, and say, I'll start with this. I'll go to this next step. I'll go to this step and this step so that by 5 years' time, I will get a cumulative progression. Will go lead me to be a millionaire. We know the do am.
You know, just get for
And
common
if we
food.
do am, when in come out, the next mile they carry, they drop down the caution. Because the intellectuals are nothing but egoistic wrecks. We get an opinion that having Western education puts them in a special class. They have a common word where they
Status.
for mislead themselves. Chosen few.
Status. They are very status driven and egocentric. When they didn't they high us, you go
Chosen
now for
few. Who
yoga farm.
told you you are chosen few? You're not a chosen few. You've had an opportunity to be of service to mankind, not to be of disservice
You
because you
cannot,
think you
if
have what the others don't have.
you cannot believe this. Me lecturer will teach me strategic management, total quality management. We teach me most of my management module. We they call and grade. Not even Mister. Until we final exams when he done, I go for go see how man do. Now they meet up and they say congratulations. And I know for say I don't go through. Now the first thing that I see that man they get if they go conference, it gets how they can call himself, hang by himself, say doctor. Now I say, are you a doctor? Now I say, I've been a doctor since 20 years ago. I said, but we don't call you doctor. He said, you don't need to call me doctor. I come here to. The only thing where I need for the call doctor, and like where I the go pan. Conferences like this where I get for go present a paper on my discipline. Then I'm a doctor. But out of that, I am not. I don't have to be called doctor everywhere. He said, where are they teach you now? I am your teacher. But right now, I don't write some papers them where are they go defend what they go present. And that make me an academic. So when I go within the common academic, we respect me and within, I am a doctor. So we get a society, instead of we try for make a forest of good people them. So if one chick for them, we still get thousands of trees them, so we still get shade. Waiting we get in Sierra Leone and most African countries, then you they get one cotton tree, it become as big as possible. But when you for them, everybody is bare. We are all exposed to erosion. And now this
Yes,
will not see.
because we not a plan for everybody. We a plan for a few. We a plan for a few, and therefore we don't provide a roadmap that is for the nation. Now they talk about opening universities in every district. We're not necessary for a small country like Sierra Leone.
But academia no more the bill country.
What are they trying to say is, even with the open their universities, then they have we looked at what we can do to research with traditional industries and improve on them and make them economically profitable? They were train lawyer na Afrobe College, train lawyer na McKinney, train lawyer na Jala, train lawyer na Connaught. For what?
Let me
Why
tell you
do we
something.
need all those lawyers that we
Glad
produce?
where you bring this party can. Do you know Sierra Leone now? Do much than we host now from China they come out. You know, we not get carpenter there anymore. All my want for be lawyer, all my want be doctor. And
Check what do much.
if you look
China,
at Guinea,
they make gara. That's how you know. China, they make gara out and they sell Nasadon.
well, if you they look at what you talk about now, let we just compare the country with the next 2 weeks. We love Guinea money and not have a book the munku, but they have their blacksmiths, then they make their yonki tool, then they make their own aid pan. We even aid pan for do building pass we import them. Guinea they make their own aid pan. Guinea they get very good mechanics. Guinea now recently I can realize for say the reason why where the plane and the camp, they either go Sierra Leone, Guinea, or Sierra Leone, Liberia. Liberia and Guinea the last station. You know why? Somebody tell me, I say, wow. They say we not get cooks them. We're able to cook very decent meal of world standard because nobody know one for be chef. Nobody know one for do the skillful jobs them because we see them as derogatory. So what did it happen?
That's a decent way the person put way partly correct. But I will tell you, say there is another reason that was not told to you. Back in 1980s, this Radisson Blue was built by Sofitel. Sofitel was a branch of UTA, Union Transport Éolienne of France. UTA at some point then joined with Air France, so then go out of operations. Why did they build Mamioko, who they call Radisson Blue today? Now, for two reasons. One, at that time, UTA they go Sierra Leone every week with over 250 tourists. Then they go take other 250, come back with them. Then secondly, because of the heavy transport, there be need for stop Sierra Leone as the last station. So there be one place outside and staff go they rest. Then they may get the crew who been the cook and cater. When the plane can and they change stuff, then they change food and everything. Today, that function is performed in Dakar. Okay? Air France, now Dakar, then they change the crew. Now then they would safe. They reload the plane with food and provisions. Why Dakar? Why not Sierra Leone?
Exactly.
Yes, we may not have cooks now, but they can train them. But the key point they will not tell you is that our city is filthy.
Yeah, true. That came up too. If you allow me for finish. You know,
Our city is filthy. Nobody, not they go prepare food for international people them at that kind city.
We not get sewer system. How we not go be filthy?
2015, 2016, I went with people to Sierra Leone to establish a seafood manufacturing industry. They never said it directly to me, but certain comments were made with points say, this place too filthy for me, we establish this industry now. Why do we have that filth in Sierra Leone today? It's because we don't have a national roadmap. We don't have a national roadmap, so therefore everybody is in Freetown.
Glad
The
you say
countryside
this.
is vacant.
Do you realize from more than 10, take until now, every year we fail the inspection at the airport?
Yes.
And every time what we fail them, then they give we a report where they tell we the reasons then what we fail. If you get a responsible government, it is your responsibility for get working so that you go work on anything there. Sierra Leone as it is, we airports are one of the highest risk. One of the things that will always they fail will not get tall leather enough in case there is fire on any of them plane and they for now get a ladder, that working ladder for able for
A
hot the
fire
fire.
engine, very good, chef. Nine are the first
Exactly.
question.
So take today will not get proper fire engine, will not get proper leather, will not get proper water system. Everything where we don't they fail pan 30 years ago, we still they fail every year. So why can we not put things then together for correct then things there?
Because we don't have a national roadmap, mister.
Well, if we were
Everybody they
competitive
come,
enough,
are they come. Everybody they
we could
come,
do
it
that.
talk in your book. Everybody they come, it talk in your book. They will tell you we have a national development plan. But is that enough as a roadmap?
If you not come to action, if you not come to
It's a matter of action.
yes.
Is it sustainable? Is it scalable? A roadmap should have sustainability, scalability, then at the same time, it will be doable at every level. Now, Salon, then they go read what development plan, then they talk English, when Lamboy in a village, or Banabo in a village, you know, the area, or Yenke in a village, you know, the area. You know, they understand.
You know, say that Sierra Leone, in fact, what I noticed recently, any new language way, vocabulary way come out, everybody when they talk now, like now the new one are anomalies. Anomalies.
Because we don't have a roadmap.
Yep.
We are
Anomalies.
copycats.
For simply
If we
say,
get a
normal.
roadmap, I go tell you something. If we been get a roadmap, areas like sports, music, then for don't shoot up.
Look, Nigeria.
The music where Nigerians they don't make globally famous so today, Afrobeat. It was invented by a Sierra Leonean, Gerald Pine. Gerald Opino and the Heartbeats. He left Sierra Leone,
Correct.
went to Ghana, Ghana to Calabar, and he mentored Fela Ransom Kuti. Fela Ransom Kuti Afrobeat, now in the Igbo and others, they don't build up so. Now these boys are making millions of dollars. We sit on a salon, they pull in and cause effect. All the music from Sierra Leone are hint, cause effect.
We
not
cannot
get
have
a
a
roadmap.
conversation. We cannot have a conversation in no end pan profanity. You cannot.
Yes,
You cannot.
because we don't have a roadmap. To come begin preach policy, now one thing. For make laws, now another thing. But forget a roadmap, we will say, irrespective of what laws or policies, within these parameters, within these parallels, within these boundaries, now this we for do for make we reach under, we not get them.
You know, it's so sad when you talk about this music business, how we brought away get where na him na the sole creator of fantastic music. We don't be worldwide. Now they know they call with him day. When you look at the achievements what we make at the beginning, where we were the headquarter of the British colony. Now we first get airline in 1927. Plane
How
landed in
much the carrier
1927.
line go to?
Sierra Leone.
They took it to us, but it was not ours. It was BOAC.
Yes, but even so, we had these things first. We not maintain them.
We never had them. We had a dependency mentality, and we
Well,
still have it.
and we still have it. And it's so sad because when you look at the thing they are, now they say Freetown became the first city in West Africa where planes landed in 1927. England direct flights to Hastings, returned from Freetown via Gambia to England.
Yeah.
First to have airports. First and the only country to have a tropical hospital in 1925. We'll not get to hospital now. From 1925, when they build a hospital, they don't have
But
hospital.
we not be ever think, say, we need for plan for a hospital. We be always feel, say, God or international partners go come with them. And I think that's how they think. Now they stop we for develop a roadmap.
In order to, first to have a school back in 1794, SL Grammar School, the first school. Now we get
I mean, schooling they talk about.
yes,
So.
now the first school. You know, me one thing that I find that people they know. Let them see how backward we country be.
But
Things that what we
how
get
have
first.
we
By now,
improved on
if we
that?
be innovative, we for don't create. We own that. But look at what in the go now we cut them. Check today we lawyer and they wear blonde wig. Now the head. Africa man they wear blonde wig. Now tropical climate, hot climate. By now we lawyer them. Now you give me resource material. We'll find out for say a Cape Verdean person in Sierra Leone, we can see how them be the talk case in those days. We begin with your lawyer them before with man come. Where we lawyer them, they wear mask, a kind of mask. We get all this kind of history. Where did that all go? If you look now, yeah, first country in West Africa where motor vehicles was introduced in 1912, first to have English legal system with black judges and juror. But since today we get the blonde here, we're not able for improve. Because yes, we get it with man waiting, but we get with culture, we get with tradition, we get with climate. We can make it our own. And this is what the Nigerians are so good at these days. Anything Western, then they bring and come, they
You see,
Africanize them, make an Afrocentric.
Imran, let me assist you.
God.
We have not had all these things because when we get independence, we not see them things say trade, them in the Giwi, now no land for make and for we self. We come back to the same thing, say we not get a roadmap. Barcelona have been the people them, when they buy something made in England, then say this is from home. Is England your home?
I laugh, you don't laugh. So, and they tell you, say, that kind of thing that is so painful that you just get for humor and you laugh about it. Because if you don't laugh, first you cry.
All that here been on the B. Can make the point? All that here been on the B. We get an intellectual class where they emerge. And the funny side, we know they understand this. Frobe College be open 1827, not so?
Yep.
But you know that benefit most from Frobe College? Ghana and Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
The majority of the people where you defend on Nigeria today, we don't stabilize and develop. Now, people them will come up from 3 or 4 generations of educated Nigerians. In papa, in grandpa, or maybe in great grandpa land book. They don't create that stability. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But in Sierra Leone, what do we see? Most of the people going around today making all the noise about education, 70% of them are second generation. Then maybe, in fact, 70% of them are first generation. The 30% we left, maybe 25% na second generation. Now 5% you get when a third generation educated. What I mean is 70% now then first reach that level of education at their family. 25% the papa and the mama been go school. They reach a high level. 5% now they defend we go tell you say my grandpa and my great grandpa been go school. So that they impact the way they think.
My brother.
And I go tell you say the majority the one them we get a polarizing mentality. After us, I have a PhD. Nobody can tell me anything.
Anything, yeah.
Even if you no say wrong, they refuse to accept say wrong.
And we also
And so
get
therefore,
the mentality,
it's not
my brother does
easy
no wrong
to
syndrome.
build a national roadmap with such kind mentality in the society. It's not easy.
You know, waiting they kill me. Sierra Leone in 1792 became the first country in the world where women enforce votes. That is even before England, when 1918. Now that country there you get intellectually tell you for say happily. Well, the last 2018 election have been regime change. Then what you mean now your country after they don't colonize you? England don't go over 60 years away from your country, give you the privilege for let you take charge of your country. They come back into your country, make a decision for you, say you're not fit for rule yourself, therefore choose that for rule you. Then we intellectual class and then they propagate this because now the regime change. Even right now, they want to do regime change, they want to put mother bill. Can't we revolt and rise up for we say we don't want you, you have to leave?
Who is telling them about regime change? Do you believe in that regime change thing?
My brother, for me, whether believe or not, for me, it's not so significant. What is significant? If you don't go to school, you don't school, you say you get PhD, you get masters, you say you're a civil servant, you comfortably they sit on a chair saying that the regime change. You agree with them. My brother, whether not true or not, that's serious problem.
They do it.
That's not serious problem. Because that's what we get an entitlement culture. We don't want to take risk. We don't want to take responsibility. We just want to sit there like right now the tripartite, the international community. I hate to hear it because it shows that we have not moved anywhere.
Because we don't have a national roadmap.
Because if we the function, what you would talk so look na Gambia, then get one bobo where they give scholarship for Gambia. This is a small country where Bambali district's big pass. The bobo say wants no international scholarship. They're gonna no European country, they're gonna Rwanda. He said because in me thinking, it be polluted by Western thinking because they don't see how it don't fuel Africa. The bobo very popular bobo. Why? They don't create and they don't transform that the word that they look for. They don't transform the mentality of the youth. Why? Because they need a responsibility. So in that light, they don't become responsible. Now they know the limitations, they know the strength. Because you see, as you talk, you get for self-assess yourself. Even though you're a big man, I know what you are not capable for. If you ask me for this, I will look at you and say, the man not sabi that area day. Then he go say, oh, I go teach you. That's okay. If you teach me, but not sabi. Because I know they go put myself in that position there. This is part of growth for let you able to look at situation. You say, I don't have the ability. But
I don't know. Just say I don't know.
I don't know. we get a whole youth. Tell me now the whole of APC or SLPP of any 15-year-old, 16-year-old when they go now debate in society, when the party then they organize, when they go learn how to be an orator, or young people picking them now they party them, the youth level, whether they get a say competition and teach them for rights, so that them one and they go become fearless journalists them in the future. Then thing all be happen as all of a sudden you get political party, even the policy, youth 35 years of age. But you know, grandpa, what do you want for go whole youth president position for?
You see, Imran, and our we overemphasize the role of political parties. I want to look at the role of the society and especially the intellectuals. If we have political parties that are doing things wrongly, it's because the intellectuals think wrongly.
Yep.
It's the intellectuals that form the upper echelon of those political parties. The politicians in Sierra Leone, minus a few, they all should be considered as intellectuals.
So that they write the constitutions and then for know the definition of what a youth is.
Okay. The role of the intellectual is paramount in every society. Now then they form the political framework. Now then they form the political opinion. Now then they put in place the economic frameworks. Now then they put in place the development infrastructure, the path go on again for follow. A leader relates more with the intellectuals than the intellectuals relate with the leader. In Britain, the prime minister cannot go beyond the wishes of the intellectual class. I don't care what he think. You get for consult with them. That's why you have places like Chatham House. You get the research institutes. You get the universities. Then they consult them. Do we have such institutions in Sierra Leone for guide the politicians? We don't. You know why? Because the intellectuals believe, say, all man for guiding corner, a wait for the benefits where they can meet them as an individuals. They will tell you we have this institute or that institute. But look at all the institutes. Are they actually doing their jobs? Institute of Chartered Accountants. We don't get poor audit reports over the years. Have you ever heard them say a word about that? Institute of Engineers. We country they in virtual blackout. Have you ever heard them say a word about that? Coming out with a framework on what to do to solve that problem.
It happened in England, 75 years ago. The Labour government asked a social scientist called Lord Beveridge. At that time, they not be even they get fit men for join the army. Would get acne because of vitamin D deficiency. That ended they get the plague. People and they die. Now they ask them how we go improve this, how we go stop this. Now the man identified the 5 evils. What's not them 5 evils? He say disease, ignorance, squalor, idleness, and wants. He do that report today, and that report today now him born the social service system where they get the national insurance contribution business, the NHS, all them things that will make England strong. Now that social scientist today, now in do the investigation and the report. And when he do the report, the government ask him genuinely, and when he bring the report come to them, then genuinely implement all the program then. England never remain the same. all of a sudden, the life expectancy increase, medical results become better. Then he recommends them for provide for everybody and support everybody from squalor to from from cradle to grave. So now that's make that country there. Whether you work or not work, you still participate. Because if you work lost you, then get national insurance. When they support you, tell you get job. So you're not going to depend by anybody. So you still get independence.
UB40. UB40.
The band.
These are men who lost their jobs. They went on unemployment benefits. They were about 40 years. Then get this talent for music. They say, okay, this money then they pay, we'll all put them together, we'll buy instruments, we'll begin practice. They ended up making money.
One of the best bands ever.
Because when I say, the other side of it, when I say social welfare benefits, we get the wrong impression of it. Yes. Because we get a dependency mentality.
Yes.
All what you they talk so, the intellectuals will not sit and plan about it. Oh, not our business. International development partners are there to do it. These guys are not your development partners.
You know how they call her?
To make money and invest.
You know how they call her now? They call the social benefit, they call her safety net. Because everybody sometimes in your life, you go through difficulties.
Well, that's the technical word.
Yes.
It's a social safety net. Social safety for several reasons. One, it minimizes the cost on the state when people them able get what in and they eat. Now with the talk now, I don't say people and they cut electric wire, no so.
Yep.
Then they take and make politics not so. I will tell you the reason today. The reason is, one, we not get a social safety net. Then we get a population that is highly agitated. We have a percentage of 52 point something with a below age 35. These guys don't have jobs. They cannot take out a living. Two, most of these guys had been used and abused in a stupid war that lasted 10 years. After the war, nothing was done to de-traumatize them. So these are the people causing trouble. That's the one side of the story. The other side of the story, because we not get a national roadmap we for that allow we for electrify we country, if you go by the way I can put and they current no the man they go cut. The current they not get mind go near.
You get mine. You get mine.
You understand? So no, therefore they put blame side blame no, the law begin face the truth.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
So begin face some. We are reckless people. We're reckless with national development. Having succeeded in building a $5 million house or riding a Lamborghini when the people around you are not functional and you are not safe because you have to build a house that has all the entrapment of a prison, that shows how reckless you are.
You know, something happened recently. I don't know if you're aware of it, where we get one intellectual, one of the thousands then what we get, a man where they call Kande, go on a television station, where he's an academic.
Jimmy Kande, Professor Jimmy Kande.
Academic opinion of what he thinks. He gets sacked the next morning. And nobody did anything about it.
But I not change him. You know why I not change him? Man been done doing job we get for do. He get international pedigree. If it was a job in Sierra Leone, he has something to do. This is one of the things for we intellectuals I know they think about. If I am an engineer, I'm in Sierra Leone, things are not going right. I say students sack me. I defend international job.
That is one part of it. But what is bad when anything had happen, you get two sets of people. Two sets of people, my dearest brother. One, now the active and the passive. And so far me concerned, they're all equally as bad as the other. Because if something they happen in your society, you get a responsibility for do something, you keep your mouth shut. What thing they make you? This man, what they call?
They make you hypocrite.
Exactly, Edmund Buck. He said the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. Then Albert Einstein said the world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. Then Sack Sunday, the
I am
whole of Sierra
Albert
Leone sat there.
Einstein, my friend. I am Albert Einstein. That's why I don't keep quiet.
You know, but the whole of Sierra Leone sat there. This man stood up for what is right. He took a principled position. He said, Mother, be you're not the father of democracy. He said, oh, that's preposterous. That is not true. He make a serious academic argument. He got sacked for it. There are other academics, not few of
But
them.
do we even have a father of democracy in Sierra Leone when we don't have democracy?
Well, this is the fallacy we do have in our country. We talk for say we get a president who not talk and do. The only thing where he talk and do, he talk and do nothing. I just keep
They
saying the
do
things
it
that.
as they do them. You know why? You know why?
Yeah.
He is giving good men the time to think what needs to be done and say it. Some of us are here to speak to the people. If anyone and they know they do things wrong, we not get nothing for talk about. Not so? So I don't come and discuss them. I discuss what is causing them to do these things. Okay?
You know, my papa can talk say, he say when bad men then combine, the good must associate with them for make them succeed.
Yes.
So Sierra Leone, it is generally a corrupt society. And people that were corrupt, they're not a vote for person who not corrupt too. Because they're not saying when they vote for somebody who not corrupt, game is over. They're not going able to succeed. So now I can tell a lot of people them the reason why they get them bad people they are, the society itself, as you rightly put them, not get roadmap. If you get roadmap and people then get a vision, then go know waiting and go want for see them country for talent in the next 10 years. So then go try for vote for somebody where they not say go bring about that. But you get the people that we not want that for happen, then go rather put that person there where go hold development back. Now make I can tell people and say in a bad system, the people that will they benefit will not condemn it, and they will fight tooth and nail, cats and dog, for prevent anybody for change them. Because it is only to their benefit if things remain the way it remain. But having said that, you talk about this youth and stability. We don't talk plenty. That area there, the youth and the stability aspect. I wonder you go inside there.
I be one candidate, but
Because
I wonder
Salon
we
get
give
an
chance.
equilibrium. Salon get
I
equilibrium.
wonder we give chance, let people them, maybe they want to call in and make one or two comments or ask questions.
Okay.
This roadmap now the first sector we all don't discuss. The second sector now the youths and stability, but it's connected also to the roadmap. But let we give people a chance first. Let them go make call if they want for make call. Because I see people and they listen to we. They see comments them. Let we allow people then for begin participate. If anybody feel for call now and make your contributions. You have 2 minutes. We will take a few calls after which we
Indeed,
continue.
While my brother talk to say for change your mentality, indeed, I agree with you, sir. Because if the mentality not correct, we go always they make the wrong priority.
The question about national roadmap is about the mentality. Now I make now they start. What I say? Let we not look at the physical and the tangible. Let look at with beliefs, with perceptions, and with attitude. All them things then they now I make up what you call the mentality. Okay? The cultural intelligence, the emotional intelligence, the social intelligence, we'll get as a people. Now they make with mentality. The summary of now the mentality.
And waiting crown am all na the connectivity of that mentality dey, because your mentality get for being synchrony, it get for be synchronized.
We can have mentality that is not synchronized, which is what we have now. Because with social intelligence, with cultural intelligence and everything, they in disarray.
Disarray, yeah.
Mr. Shaw, the number I showed just now. Wait. I think this thing will put, don't take the number. That's the number. You can call and make your comment. I see the ask waiting at the number.
The number is
We'll call on WhatsApp.
00474-176-8343. I repeat, the number again is 00474-176-8343.
You see, what I'll say, let we allow people to let them call now, because I wonder we wrap up this issue about the roadmap, even though we get for relate them to the youth. Because if we had a roadmap, we youth them before they behave differently. But let we wait and see if we can get any call. Then from there, we can go on and discuss about the youths and stability. If we're not get any call anyway, let me introduce the topic on the youths and stability. Now, before they talk about youths and stability, let me look at the demographic situation of Sierra Leone. Okay? And I make just now when they talk about political parties having people over 50, what they call themselves youth as a left dandy. Now we move away from that perception about political parties being the main bandwagon of change. Now look at the other side of the situation we now they look at. The people, their perceptions, their beliefs, and their attitude. Now they make the political parties them be how them be. Because it's people that make these institutions or these organizations. Institutions where they come off foreign land can drop to we.
They are a cross-section of the population.
We are as we think, and everything that happens to us is manifested in everything what they do. Okay? Now we have political parties in Sierra Leone. Who are the active participants in those political parties? Not the youths. You know why I say so? With population, we get about between 52 and 55% we go classify as youths. Of that percentage, you get about 80% where they of the voting age. This class of people, where we for don't give the skills, where we for don't give the mentality, for say, okay, let us make this place for all of us. Now the people in this you defend on social media every day, they curse and fet each other. Go to any social media group, do a survey about the people that we did it. You will find out that over 80% of the people and they comment every day, then they below age 45. Now they say 45, now they youth stop. But they give you my own hypothesis because I've been reading groups and I try for do me quiet research for find out who they other than they participate there. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We get a young population, but look at the mentality of that population. It come back to what I say, the intellectuals who took us to independence, they not been sit down and plan a roadmap. If they don't plan a roadmap, where they make people understand what in Sierra Leone mean. The youths then today, not before the day now WhatsApp, Facebook, and other social media, they curse each other, they challenge each other. They call one party Kamakuye, they call the other a different name. It tells you how reckless we are, Imran. We have to take responsibility with the elders of the society. We have been reckless. Now try correct that. Because this cannot continue.
I agree with you entirely, my brother. Because when you look at the school system as a day, now we have more private schools than we ever have before. Who do they regulate them? How do they maintain standards? We get government schools them where so not even get bench. If you not buy bench, bring can at school, you cannot get place for sit down. So then I block them, they sit down for a class. And we talk.
Honestly, Imran,
Mm-hmm.
I will not mind my child going to school standing the whole day. But if he go to a school side, he get for stand because he dey learn something where will be profitable to and tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's well and good.
And I
If my
seriously.
child goes to school to stand the whole day working on a carpentry machine or a lathe machine or some equipment where they give him a skill for become productive tomorrow, it will make no difference.
As I can say to you, you can always get a habit of injecting some wisdom keys when we waiting. So, what purpose if you
No,
get
Adekam,
here?
I want
And
you wait for
again,
me.
what purpose is it
You know
if you
why I
get
make this
here? You come
comment
out and all
as
learn nothing.
as an interjection to what you start with?
Mm-hmm.
We're having the wrong picture about education in
Yeah,
Sierra Leone.
yeah.
Education is not about the building. It's about what is done to change the mentality. What is done to impact the development of a skill where the person will use at a later date. Even the private schools you talk about, how many of them are useful to us? They may have fine benches and chairs, but look at the teaching that is taking place. They may be paying the teachers a little bit better off, but are we sure the quality of teaching is good enough?
Nah.
Are we sure what is being taught is geared towards developing Sierra Leone?
Nah.
If you
Even
go
we
teach everybody history of Napoleon Bonaparte,
Bonaparte, French Revolution, the
uh,
Renaissance.
how does that help Sierra Leone to develop?
What good is that? So we are landed group of people we're full of rubbish. Waiting we learn. It plenty, it full up the drum, but the drum is full of rubbish because it contains things that were not useful to us.
Now, when they talk about education, I want to begin take a different path. What education we are thinking of was created by the colonials for keep we in a way where they go use we for their own benefit.
For the labor, yeah, that's exactly
Since
right.
1961, have we come with a framework or a plan that will allow the least man in the village to develop his talent and use it to produce goods and services? Do we really need universities in Sierra Leone at this material moment?
Well, that is the focus, because all the governments then we come, then just the build university. The one university will get will not make them to the highest standard where university be. Rather, they make more universities them way weaker than the one where we done there
Producing
before.
people that will never get jobs
Exactly.
because they're not getting skills for get job.
And they don't water down the quality, so they get mass.
They don't left quality first. Look at the skills that are being taught. Most institutions in Sierra Leone, they train people for industry grade skills. Most institutions in Sierra Leone, they train. We have a very young population working fast track. We produce as many industrialists and middle level manpower as we can able to produce in the next 5 years. But are we focused on that?
I'm glad the way you bring this. I want to take them back. I want to twist them. You know, where practice has never been the focus. Let me bring that is the way you talk about. So, now the intellectual class. We have lawyers, but they're academic lawyers. How many of them did practice? We have engineers in Sierra Leone. How many of them did practice? They know the theory, but can they practice what they learn theoretically? Because now most society, they when they do engineering, they got to do apprenticeship for many years. Where then they practice the trade. Because engineering, anything where they on this earth, we're not to God make. The engineer make them. We only they come out. They're not able to repair.
Engineer.
Then they
God is the greatest engineer.
So, you know, you make a lot of talks here. You know, so we get the engineer there. They don't do apprenticeship. In fact, now when they demand it for call them engineer Kamara, engineer Bangura. Engineer don't become a title also.
So, you know, people can get their own views about the role of the engineer and what we expect them for do. But what I'm saying is, if these people, 202, I think somebody they call her take this call, yeah?
Okay.
Hello, caller. Hello. Yes, sir. Who is calling? Can you identify yourself? If you don't want, don't call your name.
Well, good evening, Mr. Jago, and I am a person from Washington, D.C.
Okay. You have 2 minutes, sir.
Well, a real concern, real contribution, just to put this into context, what we want to do. Now, with community, with three towns, we have a bit of land there where the youths by themselves work hard, create a sort of field where that they use for exercise, big day, and that still they also take flat school day when like Islamic school where they teach Quran and teach English. Anyway, this don't go on like this for over a decade. Today, we have the government that want to take that land from this community and sell it to an individual. Which are the only land is the only small space where again at this community for the community, for the people of the community. The kill with them boboya do in this place inside the mix. You know, get no help from the government or from any of the rich people in the community. But the young people themselves do this. But even yesterday, we have people from the Ministry of Land, the MP policemen there, who can survey the land, to be able to take this land and sell it to an individual. Forget the school where they did it. The school is have over 235 in that place there. It is hard that we're not even the room for we for do young. We in economic promote. We see in our economic is how we promote. Now we prepare them the generation before we let them do everything economic. From the schools to everything. We go to government with all the diamonds away from our economic. The Ponyomani Park, the park inside the people bosses then now the same park 45 years ago, not one even building, not one even block the government have done to build anything there.
Well, you see.
Mr. Yala, let me just finish this.
Okay, your time done the dawn actually.
Can't just move away from the side. This land, I need to be local. It should not be the federal government that is in charge of everything that the damn country.
You're damn right. You're damn right. And not the first experience that.
Young king, few lands, they should not be involved in every damn land in this country. Local efforts, local people and food. What we need to do in this country, we need to decentralize and government at this country, give local jurisdiction, local people to be able to create revenue and do things for them.
Okay, sir.
Serious.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to do me a favor. This platform is open for everybody. On this platform, we are not discussing people. We are not discussing politics.
Mm-hmm.
We are discussing what we think we should do to make Sierra Leone a better place for everybody. Awale call me in the next 45 minutes or 1 hour. I'll get a private discussion. I go want to bring you on board one of them programs. Y'all can discuss this issue about land. Because that's a very key issue in Sierra Leone. Even the last war, now issue we play into the war. What you they talk so? I had that experience myself in Sierra Leone when I was a teacher. I mean, they teach. Even time I get some about the web in the train soccer. We been get a big field. One day they go out Cutlass car on at a way. Say my J don't buy the place. This is not new. You see what they talk say we not get road plan now they pan so. If we been get a road map for Sierra Leone, all them here know the be. Then we forget areas where they say this now for entertainment, this now for residents, this now for industries. We don't have a road map. Every community need for get an entertainment area, recreation area.
If I can add on this, now England now we get something called brownfield sites, greenfield sites. This then they grade them based on the productivity of that area. The greenfield that area where get a particular role. Brownfield, they get particular within. So they specify the land them and how them for use them. But what is not able to understand, how I not care whether a government or not, will just show up one day without consultation. Because government is about the people, not for some people. It's about everyone.
It's about
Then
everyone.
get a public land where the people and they use for a purpose. Then you come there without consulting the people, without getting the people involved with the conversation. That is totally unacceptable. totally
because we
unacceptable.
don't have a national roadmap.
Because if the people do not want that land they sold, it should not be sold. They are the ones that
should
live in
not.
that area.
If you see people and they use a piece of land for a community issue, you forget that ethical and moral considerations. Say, no, left the people then.
It was just last week they talk about an occasion in Norway where they want for expand a bridge, where the bridge infringe in an individual land. The woman said, "Nay, nay."
Say no. And today, that
They
thing
don't
has
go
been going on for
babuza.
20 years.
Then get offers, you not take the offer. They don't go beat them.
And I will beg you, Mr. Jallo, and the other gentleman. I apologize. I know this is the
Yes, Abraham Toure.
Mr. Toure, but please, this man into the serious issue in our country.
Call me, let we discuss with him, plan
Please.
a program on that, sir. Thank you, sir. I
We
go
gonna need
call
your
me in the
number
next
and we gonna need your
45
contact.
minutes.
We
Yeah?
need you for that we dissect the issue.
This is about Sierra Leone. It's not about individuals.
And we don't care about politicians. We care about the
And
ordinary
some
man,
of us are not
the weak,
interested in
the
politics.
disabled, the less able, the vulnerable people. Then they take undue advantage for them.
Without any government, without involving any of them.
Yes.
A strong, talented principal that contract with Islamic law, get one school day and get the plan and everything.
We go talk on that, sir. We go talk on that.
They
Call
don't
me
can
in the
tell
next
una say that they
45
can't build a
minutes.
youth
Yeah?
center for the misguided youth in the
Okay,
area
sir.
for
Thank
try
you
for
for calling.
transform them to better
Yes,
people.
sir.
They said that they can't sell a school to an individual.
You
They
see,
could build
Imran,
a youth center there.
Imran, we country problem them plenty.
Boku.
But all of it points to one fact. I will say it, and I'll continue to say it. If people don't like it, I am sorry. The intellectuals of Sierra Leone need for do more. That country has so much to offer.
Well, me the way they describe
This issue
them,
of corruption.
me not they call them intellectual,
We
they call
don't
them
need for be
educated munku them.
corrupted for make we get wealthy in Sierra Leone.
Now educated munku them. Because every
Well,
society
how
way
you call
better,
them? I know.
you know, because
Me
every
know they take
society way
this thing
better,
on an emotional level.
you know, this is
But
not
what I want
emotion.
let
This
we
is
get clear.
fact. Because every
I
country
want
we
to
don't
get
better.
1 point clear.
Every country we don't better. As you rightly talk, and then they organize themselves. And the people where they rise at the center of that are the intellectual class. Now then they bring the idea, them progressive ideas,
Exactly.
them, where they go sell to the people, them, win the people, and win hearts and minds. Forget people and forget a collective vision. Say we want to do this, we want to achieve this. If we work on this issue here, by 10 years we will be here. This is
I'll
what
tell
and
you
what and
something
what and
today,
what we need to
Imran.
do.
Imran, I will tell you something today. Now, something who have been on the play around, there are people who know it. But because the environment for some of us may not be conducive, we're not able to go down there for implement them. We can fast track our development by fast tracking skills development with the youth. We get a very youthful population. But if we want to do it, how do we do it? Do we have to go with this normal tunnel institution?
Not this model, not this model.
Or do we have to come with an innovative idea?
We have to
We say, for example, we want to train people and forget industrial skills. First of all, we get trade centers. I don't think we get them again.
No, you're not there.
Okay.
We're not getting
So how do you do it? Go to every carpenter, go to every auto mechanic in the town or area. Say, no, we can provide you now with equipment. Now we sign a contract, produce 30 or more graduates every year. Teach them in your way where sabi. Let them sabi the job. Produce them, give them practical examination. We will send people them for can do the examination. Then you give them certificate. Those people who are going to those schools, teach them in their mother tongue. That way born a bombali, teach them in temene. They are born a Cambia na suso, they talk teach them suso. They are born a levuma, teach them mende. Then get adult education class for them in the evening. Let them do rudimentary English as communication skills. Let them do that thing for 3 years. Incorporate them into the National Youth Service. Let them do it for 3 years. After they don't graduate, be sure that you give them practical exams. When they graduate, get them microcredits in a cooperative form. Let them begin produce for themselves. But hey God, I have PhD, I have this. Are we thinking we get for which for UNIDO for can do showcase programs for
This is the thing, because
Guinea, they talk about Guinea just now.
yeah.
You know why Guinea get all their skills then they? Ahmed Sekou Touré.
Yeah, Sheku Toure, yes. Yes.
Was president of Guinea.
He said
And
nobody know the
priority
mind.
have been technical education, technical and vocational education. Then the second thing Ahmed Sekou Touré did for Guinea, he makes sure say everybody in Guinea talk at least 3 other languages. A Fulani born in Guinea speaks Madingo and Soso. A Madingo speaks Soso and Fulani. So it created national cohesion. Look at Guinea, look at Ghana. These countries are relatively stable because they understand each other, they speak each other's language. In Sierra Leone, almost Timni man they talk Mende, almost Mende man they talk Timni. Then they can't sit on a social media, they talk rubbish the whole day.
Well, that shock you. I'm glad the way you talk about mechanic work.
We talk about the youth.
Yes, that's
what
exactly what I'm talking about. Well, I give you a discussion where I shocked somebody the other day. It was just yesterday, under 48 hours ago. We they talk, now they talk for say, then they go married in Nice, then get for go to church, then go to registry. Now they I say, wow, titi day. Marriage is the oldest industry in the whole world. 30 days alone after independence, we not don't try for upgrade with traditional marriage for let it be at the white man level. I not see anything wrong with registrar no for Canada also they do the care. We then they bring Calbas. So that marriage
get provisions for all that, I can tell you.
But it not happen. If it not happen, if it's not done,
it not happen. You know why it not happen? You know why it not happen? We don't look what him belong to we as useless.
Yes. It's sad.
What thing promoted aside, we look at them as important. We the intellectuals after independence, we not come back and tell people and say, that photo married or we unmarried or not the same.
Not the same thing. We go give certificate so it is legal. So that 10 day, people then go begin say, if me not chimney man at the Calbas go, I am legally as married as the person we're going to church or we're going to registry. Then I have no need to worry. Then we see sudden when they marry, they are saying
this is all because we don't have a roadmap. When they talk about roadmap, not a development plan. Now forget a structure in society where encompass with culture and everything.
Rwanda, when they get the war, when they say for can do peace and reconciliation, they looked at the Whitman model. If we take more than 20 years for make them deal with the case there. Then they say we get we own system and it's very effective. Then they call them Parliament, then call them Yalmami, then call them Pakum Rabbi. then call them chief them, then give them small understanding of what they for achieve, how they for achieve them, because they believe in the system. For the first time, that the whole of Africa, in fact, that the entire world, when they deal with a whole system where affects the country legally in record time. And it don't help for let it get them for make them and then get fake Panayon system. And since I be their own system and in their own language, they trusted it better. That helped by the reconciliation.
You see, Imran, we talk and go, we talk and come. The intellectuals need to do more. Because that's how they talk so. People and they listen, then they hear, yes, boy, Jalo don't talk, Imran don't talk. But how are we going to apply them? If we are ready to apply them, how do we do it?
They don't want to share responsibility.
We're not going to say so. We're not say so. Maybe we've been getting wrong perception. And I believe so what they talk so. Some people are understanding us. They are quietly accepting it. Change comes first with the idea. Religion tell una that say, when God wanted to make things, he made them first with the idea. He gave a commandment, not so?
Yep.
Take out ideas. Now we are trying to put across these ideas. Are we ready to go the next step?
Well, Dandy, that is $6 million question. Because as I said to you, you're a man, we're very grounded historically. 1885, after the partition Africa, the British man then come by 1886, 1887. Then come begin a call with kingdom, paramount chief. Then they take the right for make the deal with cases them. Carry and go to court. Pull under the hand. And then people I don't get thousands of years of experience in dealing with cases satisfactorily, very well. They take and come under the hand. They say that only the Western method is incorrect. Then we brought that SF camp intellectual and what we talk about. The SF camp, me a lawyer. And I know better. But you find out for say they can both work side by side.
You see, it's a very complex issue. Why I say it's a very complex issue, it's unfortunate some materials and they, for the sake of copyright issues, are not going to share them. But in my research, I don't find out a lot of things. We keep blaming the white man, but the white man has not used anything foreign on us. They have used what we used to do in a different version.
Creole say they use we don't fat for fry we.
Yes. The meat we get impunity. So then capitalize for use
On
impunity on we.
Yes. The meat we do slavery.
They enslave each other.
Yes.
Then capitalize for use them for make profit.
Yes.
When the white men went up country and asked to pay taxes, we refused because we felt instead of paying taxes to a foreigner who would come with something different, now we keep the taxes to ourselves, but we chief them in the tax them people then. Yes? Taxes were paid.
Yep. Of course.
And then they pay taxes.
The person will be responsible for taxes, the chief then call an Ogboburu.
Yes.
Now in just they look at you fall, you say that fall the na tax for the chief. They can't catch him.
Yes.
When the pass is he go to a nice, he say
and then not to say that
the
they do them by advantage. Then they look say, okay, this man get 10 goats, he forgive one to the chief.
Yeah.
This person get 20 fall, he forgive one to the chief.
And
That was a form of taxation.
If a hunter go hunt where he come, the liver and some goodies pan the meat, the chief get forget a portion.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, for cut long talk short, when the white man come with your own taxation, say we not pay, we not ask them why we for pay. We refused. And in refusing, the white man used the method of impunity per way.
Mm-hmm.
And who that he employ for do that, now we say self. He creates Bandajuma frontier post. He say una go beat myself.
And then one in this be beat. The one in this be beat mortal man.
You understand?
Yep.
So when we look at moving away from we culture, protect the white man culture, it is like a few selfish people who even feel say, then they're in position of advantage, then try for Europeanize themselves, for make them get affinity with the white man and protect themselves. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All of them here, after independence, we suppose for make good for the able to see them and say, okay, this is how it has been done at that time. Now we are in control. How do we build? Because the first thing where the intellectuals then fail for understand is the place called Sierra Leone never existed before the colonialists came. But we don't accept and say, now a new place where we all for day.
Mm-hmm.
How do we build that place for all of us to live in it comfortably? That is one question we have not asked
That
up to
is
today.
funnily, I'm glad the way you say that. I don't say that from Odude many times. We are an amalgamated kingdom, but we are still the act separately from each other. We not amalgamate state in the protectorate. And
But
that
the
was,
intellectuals not do them.
yes, that was, we get one intellectual. We started when Alamina Sanko, Oxford educated, because when they talk, say one country, one people, that's what he wanted us to achieve. For make we amalgamate and become one nation, Sierra Leone, where we go work together with the same principles, values, and ideology for how we progress to the next level. But unfortunately, he died. And we never, nobody did anything.
The one they not follows, listen to them and follow up on it. Because we feel say, that man they talking on, we they pan we on.
Ian Wallace Johnson, they tried. But unfortunately, the one native man where they walk in power with them, when by farmer task, then dethrone him, then kick him out of the party, where he helped for establish in a disgraceful way, you know, and a man will be very progressive. In fact, now one of the best chiefs that we ever get in that country. Day. So we get
That happened.
history.
You know why it happened?
Uh-huh.
Because on the other hand, they will be for stand up and say, no, we not agree. They were hypocrites. Imam Iyad al-Baghdadi said it recently, that the greatest threat to democracy is not autocracy, it's hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People who get the power and they know how to change society. If all man relax and you know affect me, not to me business. But when they affect them, they want you to cry with them. No, I wouldn't do that, honestly. I can tell people and say, all what thing they go on so na Sierra Leone. I get sympathy for the people that way affect. The one that they up yonder. And why? They created it.
No, Sierra Leone, truthfully, my father, your father, our relatives, they all took part. Because you get two
Yes.
classes of Sierra Leoneans. You get the active and the passive. And
Yeah.
the active, what they do, they act. Where they do them, people them
The
for
passive ones
resist
and see them.
and say no. But they sat there and they handled it by politics.
Yes.
And no, not only business. Because Salon Mangera mentality day. Now Congosa they catch you now you business, pull you more today. But what
But
this
when
man they
things
do,
can
it they
wale
affect,
story for that.
it they affect una all na the community. So una they allow people them where not get the best interest of the community at heart for drag una down. And una sidon de una all una mouth. Then for come out talk for say not to me na Indua. But the fact say you were there and was silent, you are not any different.
You're not. You're
You
participating.
participated.
Yeah.
You took part.
Yeah.
So, my brother,
I
we don't
think
come.
we don't do 2 hours.
Yes, we don't come now for the end now. I feel to
So
say we
that
get
we
for beginning
try
to do this
for
here twice.
hold up.
We get for beginning to do this here twice a week because
Yes, and I
yeah,
think
we
say
don't
this
start a
same topic we
conversation.
for do and back.
Yes.
We spend too much time on the national roadmap. And while we take the youths and stability.
Now the right
We have a
track.
very young population, but we picking them. They are so disgruntled and they go to drugs. The one that we not able left the country. The one that we feel say then get away for left the country. Then they go through a lot of hazards, passing through deserts, meeting strange, wicked people, especially the girl picking them. For come feeling say then they can't meet glory. When they reach now Europe, they begin see the realities of life.
For
Some
let you
of the
know,
things
say,
that our youths do in Europe, if they were doing it in Sierra Leone, it help the country for go before. So I wonder we do this youth and stability back.
of course,
If you
I
get
agree with
youths
you.
then today what they cost,
Because
why then they
if we do
cost?
a social
Who is
experiment,
responsible?
if we do a social experiment in Sierra Leone right now, for sure, see the intellectual class don't feel in totality. You take an
And I make
Hercules
some of
plane.
who they talk them.
You take an Hercules plane. They go land. Nah, Glunge. You tell anybody say we want for left Sierra Leone and go inside the whole salon the empty.
Not not a grab. If we like what's in be happen in Afghanistan.
All man they go there. Why? Because people they not get hope. They don't lost all hope in the country. Because all the people that went at the intellectual class, where most of them are the politicians, them, they not make policies them where they transform people their lives. The only transformations where they take place now with society, now the political class and the intellectuals them pockets. Now they transform. When they
Say
come, then
they
right like to
see
speak.
brand new second-hand cars every day in the country.
Exactly. When they come, then dry like toothpick. Now the fiber barrel. You know, they start like they get kwashioko. You know, they get kwashioko. Now they get obesity. My brother, the family them wanted on a tanky, and
Yeah,
we get
before
more
they
for
go,
come. We go repeat this program and we go
will
focus
they
because
repeat this program
we the
before they
foundation now
go?
we do so today, and we go into the middle part, and then we go talk about all thing what we need for talk. But again, we go get for beginning do and twice a week because the thing that what we need for do
Yeah,
plenty.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the
We
brother
need
we
we
call
need for doing twice a week, and we need for begin consider for bring other people on board
we brother we
because
call
we
we
are speaking to not the politicians. I don't care about them. If they want, they can go to
they
hell
are
and
the
see how
least people on
beautiful
the list. Now the
Satan is.
least me concern but
We
we
need to
brother
speak
we
to
call
the people
please.
of Sierra Leone. Let the people begin get a social change. We will bring about national trust and unity. We need those two
We need that.
things. If we get them, Sierra Leone can be the richest country in the world in the next 25 years.
And
We get all the potentials in that country.
for we begin to
So
achieve that,
dear,
we brother we call do ya the thing that way you talk about now very sensitive areas
we
them
get
now
to
area
discuss
them where even the TRT reports them we don't come out, don't talk about them problem there. And by now, Salon, we for don't go away from that. We they get reports them,
we will not
they know they
because we
ask,
have a recalcitrant
you know, they know you do
intellectual
nothing
class.
about it. But these are things that have been dealt with. Reports have been written. If they had done what was written in those reports, we may not have got into the kind situation here again. So, my brother, do ya now for call Mr. Jallo, now we'll take him from there. Una take it, thank you, now we come.
And
We dey go.
we
So now
dey
we dey say
ask
tata.
family them for making them subscribe to the channel and share them. Now we build this channel. This is not about politics. This is about putting together a national framework we go take we country to the next level. Some of us want to see that begin to happen in Sierra Leone before we pass away. Otherwise, we go pass away as not happy souls. And I go, they can't hunt to now. Now it's no more.
You talk for yourself, until the man say for become police. That is the first person singular for become police. Me not ready for go it. Fambulem na
No, I
that.
have 20 years, and that from now to the end of that 20 years, I foresee say everything what I wish for
Me
happen there.
brother, now you say you they go before no more. Let me be here.
How they go?
But
See for that.
I say
That's why
tata.
I'm not afraid for talking at you. That one like can't kill me. You the waste you tell me. I don't already.
So like that, so
Okay,
me brother, me fambulem na that. Now
oh,
we dey say
thank
tata.
you,
Now we come. Now we dey
for
go.
listening. We go continue as we don't start for the encourage people for call we. But as I say, let we share and subscribe to the channel so we will grow them. Because when we grow, reach a certain point, we they get access for you certain back-end tools them. We go improve on the broadcast, we go improve on the communication and interaction. No, thank you for listening to us today. We go decide and we go come back to now when we start the second segment. If we are starting it this week, I go get notice this week where they come, I go get notice by Monday on that. Thank you very much until we meet again.
Tata.
Good day, good night, and good evening.